Today we're going to cover exactly what sold on Poshmark and what sold on Mercari for me last month. Now I'm not going to cover everything because we'd be here for a while just listing every single thing that sold, but I'll cover about 10 different examples from each platform, what I actually sold, how much I made profit-wise, so you can get a better understanding of exactly what to potentially look for when you're sourcing, whether that's cashback, coupon, liquidation, or whatever your sourcing method is for these specific platforms, okay? Now, I don't have my camera today, so I'm just filming with my phone, and I wanted to kind of do it. I was thinking about like, oh, I'll go get my camera, or I'll wait till later, but no, screw that. I'm always telling students, go out, take action. You don't need to, just bet on yourself. You don't need everything perfect, so instead of waiting to get my camera today, I just figured, what the hell, I'm gonna record from my phone and give you some value. So, like I said, we're gonna cover all these things here, exactly what sold. I'll pop pictures of them and the actual proof of the profit up on the screen. All these sold last month for me on both Poshmark and Mercari, and more importantly, they were all cashback or coupon products, okay? So usually I've been getting a lot more into liquidation. A lot of the stuff that's behind me, especially over in those bins as well, that's like new that I haven't listed yet, is liquidation arbitrage stuff. But these specifically, all 20 of these examples, so 10 for Poshmark and 10 for Mercari, are all cashback or coupon products, meaning I pretty much got them for free. If I did spend money on them, if it was a coupon code, or if I didn't get the exact cash back on the cashback sites, it was never more than $2. Usually it's like 50 cents to like $1 to $1.50 max. But a lot of these I actually get for free, believe it or not. Some of them I actually get more cash back because the seller refunds me wrong, okay? So keep that in mind. If we average it out, it might be like 50 cents to $1 per product. So all these are 100% profitable. I'm not special. You can do this as well, and it's super low risk. If you need any insight on how to actually source cashback or coupon, I've done so many tutorials on this channel. Feel free to check them out. I'll drop the cashback arbitrage playlist up in the right-hand corner right now, and I'll also link the cashback and the coupon playlists down in the description if you want to check them out, so you can find out what websites I'm using to source these. I'm not doing anything special. Literally, the tutorials in those playlists are exactly how I source these products, and you can too. So let's just jump through them fast. First one is a bamboo charcoal air purifying odor bag, okay? And I think it was a pack of odor bags. Sold for 17 bucks. After the fees, I ended up netting $13.60. I think I got this. This was a cashback product, and I might have spent, I don't know, $1 maybe if I didn't get the full cashback back. I haven't checked. So very profitable, super easy to list, sold pretty fast, and didn't have to wait on that one. The next thing that sold was an off-shoulder sleeveless romper for women. And that sold for $12, and after the fees, I ended up netting $9.05 on that. Same thing with this. This was a cashback product. I either got it for free or maybe like $1 if they didn't refund me the initial cashback. Now, keep in mind with all these products, this sold for 12 bucks, like I said, right? I'm not listing this for 12 bucks initially. I'm listing this for 20 or maybe 25 or even 30, right? I'm listing high. That is my strategy. I tell you everybody to do that. List high. Depending on the platform, you want to accumulate interest. So list high, accumulate interest, then slowly make offers and drop the price down so you can simulate urgency when you're dropping the price for a sale if it's a timed sale, and you can simulate value in the listing because they're assuming that, okay, there's urgency now in the sale price or in the sale that you're doing, whether it's a promotion or you're making an offer to a liker that's timed, and then you simulate the value as well because they believe that the listing price is maybe 25 or 30, but they're getting an opportunity to purchase it at 12 bucks, for example, in the next 2 to 3 days or 24 hours. So they need to act fast, right? So that's my strategy with all these. List high, accumulate interest, whatever platform that is. Obviously, there's a different strategy for each. And then once you make offers and simulate urgency and value, you will make more sales. So the next one on Poshmark is a women's lingerie lace nightgown sleepwear. So this sold for 10 bucks. After fees, I ended up netting $7.05. I sold like 10 of these. This was a great one. I got it on a coupon site, bought 10 of them, and I think all 10 sold. I might have one more back there. I'm not actually sure. But a lot of them sold, and they sold fast. This was a high in-demand product. I sold two examples of this on Mercari as well that I'm going to show you here in a second. Next one was an engraving wood set, so a wood carving set, sold for 20 bucks on Poshmark. After fees, I netted 16 bucks, okay? Now, people always ask me too, can you only sell clothing on Poshmark? And while clothing sells very well on Poshmark, is probably what you should go after to sell on Poshmark, clothing, shoes, anything like that. You can sell other stuff now with the new home category, so keep that in mind. Test it out for yourselves. I pretty much list everything because I cross-promote, or I cross-list with List Perfectly. So if you can list it on multiple platforms, you might as well, just to get it more exposure and get a potential sale on another platform, right? You might as well, okay? So that's exactly what I did. Listed this in the home category, so it's not closed, but it did sell on Poshmark, made 16 bucks on it. So the next one's a Floral Ruffle Sleeveless V-neck dress. Sold for $13 on Poshmark after fees, and it looks like I made a promotion, so this was a closet clear out. I only netted $326, but hey, $326 is profit, and usually what I do, because I sell more during closet clear outs on Poshmark than I do the rest of the entirety of the month, so if there's like 2 or 3 closet clear outs, the sales that I get in those 2-3 days, right, from making offers like this, ends up being more most likely on most months than the entirety of the rest of the month, okay? So very valuable tool. Use closet clear outs to your advantage. So I only netted $326 on this, but because I got it for free or very, very cheap, I was still profitable. This is another cashback product. Ended up selling it for 15 bucks. It's a floral mini print, basically same dress as the last one pretty much. Ended up netting, it looks like I also sold this during closet clear out because you can see the shipping discount that I offered, so I offered free shipping and a little bit of a discount on the price. So while they paid 15, what I probably did, like I said before, listed it at like 25 or 30, dropped the price down as an offer and offered free shipping. They bought it up, thought it was a great deal, obviously. I win, they win, we all win, okay? I netted $521 profit on this sale. Next one's a diaper bag, sold for 15 bucks. Another closet clear out example. You get the picture. You're starting to see a trend here. Ended up netting $521 after the offer and the Poshmark fees. So next one's a meal prep container. This was also a gold mine. I sold a lot of these on Mercari, but I don't believe I used that as an example. Sold a lot last month on Mercari, and like 4 or 5 months ago when I actually got the same exact product, I got like 10 of them like 4 or 5 months ago. Only sold 3 of them this time, but they sold well. So if you see this, or if you see that other like blue lingerie thing or whatever it was, buy them because they're gold mines. They flip super fast, okay? Another closet clear out example right here. So 14 bucks after all the fees and the closet clear out price. I ended up netting $426, okay? And that's like a free $4 or a free $3 potentially if I ended up spending $1 on that, right? After cashback or for the coupon code, because it's super low risk. You're barely spending any money. You're just spending the time initially to list on these platforms, okay? And you can do this and scale this up super, super easy, guys. This is real. Test it out for yourselves. You will see that it works for you. Now, this one is an example of something that didn't sell very well. I did a bad job of sourcing this, so I thought initially when I sourced this, and I wanted to add this in there just to kind of show you that everything's not profitable, everything's not sunshine and rainbows. I actually sourced these Nike kids shoes thinking, wow, I scored big. I got them for like 25 bucks like a shoe. Ended up, this is the last one that I actually had, thank God. But I was sitting on these for, I don't know, 6 to 8 months maybe. Thought Nikes flip super fast, but I didn't factor in the sizing of this, and that I guess a lot of parents don't necessarily buy high-priced Nikes for their kids. So I was just trying to get rid of this dead stock, ended up selling for 15 bucks. Thank God, I'm glad it's out of my inventory and I don't have to worry about it anymore. I'll take whatever profit I can get on this. Ended up only netting $10.20 on this shoe. So obviously if I purchased it for 25, I lost 15 bucks, okay? This is the only example of one that's not cashback and coupon. But I wanted to give you an example just because people are always like, hey, I lost money on this one, or I didn't make money on all my products. And that happens to me too. Obviously, the majority of ones, if you're doing liquidation, cashback, or coupon, are super low risk. So if you happen to lose money, you're losing like 10 or 15 cents or 25 cents or whatever it is, right? Not a big deal. Although if you are buying shoes like this or high-priced items, and that happens, it's okay. In the grand scheme of things, in the overall data, you will make a lot of money, especially if you're going after low-risk products like coupon, cashback, and liquidation, okay? So not all sunshine and rainbows. Wanted to use that as an example. Next one is I think a kid's sun protective hat. Had like 10 of these as well, and they also sold very slow, but I think I still have like 5 more. So 16 bucks is what it sold for, ended up netting $12.80. So these are all examples of things that sold on Poshmark. Now we're gonna move on to some examples of things that sold on Mercari, and you can see examples of those as well. Next one that I sold was a stroller mosquito net. I think this one sold yesterday actually, or like 2 days ago. Ended up selling it for 10 bucks, ended up netting $6.01 on this mosquito net for a baby stroller. These were socks. These actually sold very well too. I sold 3 pairs of these like that as soon as I listed them. Sold them for 12 bucks. Maybe it's a popular brand. I've never heard of Life is Good before, but it sold pretty quickly. Ended up netting $7.81 on Mercari after fees. Next one, 2 examples again of this women's lingerie lace nightgown thing. Ended up selling this for 16 bucks on Mercari, ended up netting 11.41 on this one. Same thing, ended up selling this one on for 13 bucks and ended up netting 8.71. So another question that people ask me on Mercari is like, how do you sell replenishables? So obviously with like eBay and Poshmark, it's easy to sell replenishables because you can increase the quantity. One of the drawbacks of listing on Mercari is it's very difficult for replenishables because you have to continually list them over and over and over again. You can't list multiples of the same thing, right? And also, you don't want to list the same thing twice. So if I had multiples of this, I'm not going to list it back to back because then it's going to kill the visibility of one of them. So what I'm trying to say is if you have 10 of these, for example, you need to list them one at a time on Mercari, but as they sell. So list one, wait for it to sell. Then list the other one, then wait for it to sell. Now, I use an inventory tracking system like I've talked about before, and I track that inventory with Poshmark, so I literally look at my Poshmark listing, and I'll be like, oh, I have 7 more of these, I can list another one on Mercari. Mercari sells super, super well, and it's a great platform, but it is, they definitely need to introduce a replenishables feature and a quantity feature on their platform. Right now, it's annoying. Still a great place to sell, though. Keep that in mind, okay? Next one that I sold was I guess a spacecraft belt or something like that. This one sold super quick as well, 25 bucks, and I ended up netting 18.25 on this. I got this for free. So the maternity belt right here sold for 20 bucks, ended up netting 13.01. The resistance bands right here sold for 15 bucks, ended up netting 10.51. The bride-to-be bachelor at party decorations, these also flip fast both on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay as well. Sold these for 18 bucks, ended up netting 11.95. Bachelorette party decorations, anything like that, they all sell super quickly in my experience. Here's another example of a floral dress. Ended up selling this one for 21 bucks, ended up netting 15.91. So that's examples of 10 things that sold on Poshmark, 10 things that sold on Mercari. I hope it helps you out. If you have any questions on this, drop them in the comments section down below. I would love to help you out with them.